Because we is back once again with another reaction video, bruh. And today I'm about to finish up part 3 of the story time, bro, of this video. Horror movies, story time, bro. That's what I'm about to react to. If you guys didn't see the first two, go over and go check it out because it was a good video, man. It was a good reaction. If you guys are new, like and subscribe to the channel. Show me some support down below, man, for some daily reactions. And if you don't subscribe to the channel, at least hit the like button, man. Let's get it. Part 3 of the story time. Story number 3. The terrifying horror.
One of my first jobs was working at a movie theater in Huntington on Long Island. It was an okay gig for a 16-year-old. Dealing with the general public in mass, you'll always run into creeps. However, there was one creep and one really weird situation that I still have nightmares about. It was a Monday, like 11 o'clock at night, and the last two playing movies were finishing up, which was earlier than usual. On weeknights, I would usually be out of there by midnight during the summer. Anyway, I was the only one working besides Kathy, the lady behind the popcorn counter who was closing up. I was sitting on the carpeted steps next to my ticket podium on my phone when Kathy yelled over to me to sweep the floors. She told me she was heading out and would be back within the hour to close up. I hurried up with the sweeping and sat back down to get back to playing a Tetris-like game on my flip phone. I was left alone a lot like this, and this was the one time during my shifts that I feared something such as a late-night robbery might easily take place.
Right.
Suddenly, I heard the front door to the theater pull open with force. I stared down at the doorway to the lobby, which blocked the actual entrance section, waiting for someone to walk through, and hoping it would be Kathy. After all, she would have locked the doors anyway at this hour. I called out Kathy's name, and suddenly, an upper middle-aged man with a big brown faded jacket came wandering in, immediately locking his eyes onto mine. I told him we were closing up and he had to leave. He looked at me with a sort of intimidating Vincent Pastore kind of look on his face. He mumbled his words in his response, but I could make out his phrase to be, "Is Kathy here?" I shook my head no, and he mumbled, "I'm just gonna go sit down over there for a while." I was very against confrontations with other people, so my heart was racing, and I lacked the confidence to order him to leave. I sat back down on the step and pretended to be absorbed in my phone, when really I was texting Kathy telling her there was someone weird here for her. But with the old flip phones, texts took forever to send, and even longer for people to check. By the time the text was sent, I noticed the man, now across the room sitting on a bench, was literally watching me. I wanted to show him that I was annoyed by this, so I simply got up, walked up the 3 carpeted stairs, and sat down on the bench in front of a wall that would block my view from him. Stupid old me didn't figure this would allow him to do whatever he wanted not being within my vision. Within minutes, I realized this was dumb and went back to sitting on the step, only now the man was gone. Kathy returned around the same time that the last of the moviegoers were leaving. I told her about the guy, and she said she left the door unlocked by mistake. I spent about 10 minutes sweeping up in some of the auditorium rooms before my shift was officially over. Kathy wanted me to do one more favor before leaving. Bring the mop, bucket, and broom down into the storage den. I did as she asked, opened the door in the lobby which leads to the storage area, walked down the half-flight of concrete stairs with the mop, broom, and bucket, and stopped. Behind one of the boilers, I could see as clear as day an arm tucked away in the corner. It was the man, and he was very clearly trying to hide. I pretended like I didn't notice and walked back up the stairs. I locked the door behind me and ran to Kathy. She checked the camera footage first, and this is where things got disturbing.
What do you do?
Within the period of time that I was hiding from the man, the surveillance cameras caught him getting up and leaving the theater. Kathy seemed surprised and declared, "That's my ex-husband." I felt like my heart was starting to drop as she said this, and I was starting to put things together.
Wait a minute.
I assured her there was in fact somebody down there. She took out her cell phone and dialed not for 911, but rather for her ex-husband as she left the building. I followed her, afraid to stay in the theater alone. Kathy suddenly started to panic, as it seemed her ex-husband hung up the phone on her. She then called the cops, and what she explained to them shocked and disturbed me. When she hung up the phone, she was in a panic, and she tugged me away from the building. It turned out her ex-husband arrived to the theater to get her out of there, because he had apparently run into some trouble with a guy he knew who threatened to kill Kathy for whatever messed up reason. The cop cars pulled up into the parking lot with their sirens blaring. Minutes later, they came out with some old Italian mobster-looking guy in cuffs. Kathy never showed up for work after that, and I was never able to get the full backstory out from anyone. I was the coolest guy at the theater for a while since I witnessed all of this. I just really wish I got the full story though, because it really interested me. I never saw Kathy, her ex-husband, or that random guy who potentially almost killed me had I approached him ever again.
Wow. What a story, bro. That's crazy. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, down below. Let me know what you guys thought of my reaction. And, yeah. My favorite one had to be... The third one was pretty good. Like I wound up being her ex-husband and stuff. That was pretty good. Like, dang, he was just there just to, like, I was wondering, like, why was he talking like that? Why was he talking in a muffled, serious tone? And when he went to go sit down, it was just like, bruh, this is some random crazy guy that's gonna just rob us, bro, out of nowhere. And it wound up being her husband. That is crazy. Wound up being her ex-husband, you know. He was just a messenger. That's all he was. Just wanted to get the story out there. But anyway, yeah, probably the third one. That was like that was a better one. But the first one was pretty good too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the third one, then the first one, then the second one. That's how it is in order. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for watching all the way up until the end. If you guys watch all the way up until the end, I appreciate that, man. Go ahead and hit the like button on the video for that. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. What I'm gonna react to next, I don't know. But just be on the lookout for the next reaction. You can leave me a brand new reaction request in the comments, and I will be sure to react to it, man. Let's get it, and let's go.